Hey pinball fans, we're looking at the Mechagodzilla remote control today and the various functions that it has. I'll write this up as well and put this on the instruction page to let you know what each button does, but for the most part you shouldn't have to use the remote to do anything. It should come set up for you, but just in case you need to make a change, I would have probably sent you this video so you can see how the change functions. So for most of these changes, this green light here, not the red light is simply a power indicator. The green light is a status indicator. So this is the Mechagodzilla plugged into power. When you first plug it in, the head will spin once and center itself, and it will give a green light. So then you know you're good to make changes to it. First setting is inactive mode. So inactive mode is currently turned off, and that's by default. If you want to turn it on, you press the number 1 key on the remote. The light will start blinking orange, and then you hit OK, and it will stay steady orange and then go back to green. What that's going to do is make the Mechagodzilla move randomly every so often, and you can see it just did that for me right now. And it will go back to where it's at. To turn the inactive mode off, hit the 0 button. Same thing, it will blink, hit OK, and it will go back to green. Now it will not make those inactive movements. Basically, if you're not getting enough movement during gameplay and you want just a little bit of inactive movement happening when the ball is not triggering anything specific for the Mechagodzilla, this will give you a little bit of hand and head movement just randomly throughout the game. It lasts for about 10 minutes, so it's not going to keep going when the game's turned off or when the game is done playing. Only once something's triggered will it restart the 10-minute timer. So you'll have 10 minutes of inactive movement. So if you do finish a game, it will keep going for those 10 minutes. Buttons 2 and 3 are to adjust the color of each eye. So if you look right now, I'm going to press button 2. And actually before that, we should look at 7 and 8. Buttons 7 and 8 change the color settings on the eyes. So if you, it just depends on luck as to which Mechagodzilla you got. One uses a certain color setting for the eyes and another uses a different setting for the eyes. So you can see when I push 2, the eyes light up green and they're supposed to be yellow. That's what's going to show when you're pressing that button. So if the eyes are lighting up anything but yellow, you're going to need to change the order of the eyes. And that's buttons 7 and 8. So 7 does one of the settings, 8 does the other. And all you simply have to do is press one of the buttons. It flashes the eyes, and then it resets. So now if I press 2 or 3, we get a yellow light in the eyes. And you can see now 2 or 3, pressing 2 does the right eye and pressing 3 does the left eye adjustment. There are about 20 different levels of adjustment. So if you look now, my left eye is sort of a yellow greenish and my right eye is sort of an orangish. I'm going to keep pressing the buttons until I get them close to where I want them to be. Right now they're a bit yellowish or orangish, and I'm going to keep going, pressing number 3. And now I'm getting the Mechagodzilla's right eye, so the left eye that we're looking at from our perspective is getting to be a nice yellow. So then I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to press the number 2, and this is going to be focusing on the eye that we're looking at on the right side, and now I have both eyes about the same yellow color. So pressing 2 and 3 will adjust those, and you can hone them in on a perfect yellow color, and that will make them evenly lit when the figure's doing its thing. There's a couple other functions here. There's a test home function. So buttons 5 and 6 you can press for the head to home itself. So in case we're having some issues and we need to test that out, you can press the 5 button, it will home one way, and if you press the 6 button, it will home the other direction. So again, it will mark green here when the home is correct, and the head is centered on the figure. Let's see, there's another setting here, buttons 10 and 12, which are star and pound. So star and pound are buttons 10 and 12. So there's 9, 10, 0 is 11, and pound is 12. If you hit star, again, we're going to see blinking there, and you hit OK, and then the blinking stops. the blue light. Star will make it so your Mechagodzilla is set up for the Pro version of the machine, and pound will flash purple, hit OK. That will make it for the premium or LE version of the game. It comes programmed with the LE version of the game, so most people will not have to change it. You're good as it is. Again, 0 turns off the inactive movements, so we covered that already. Then you have up, down, left, right. OK is what finishes the setting on the different functions, like turning inactive on or off, setting Pro or Premium. The OK button saves those settings. So then you have the up, down, left, right arrows. These are used for setting the motor homing speed and the motor homing reverse speed. Again, you probably shouldn't need to change this. If your head is going very slowly to get back to the home, you can use the up and down buttons. So each time I press it, it's going to go one more revolution around and adjust the speed. So it will go this direction when I press the right arrow, and it will go the other direction when I press the left arrow. And we can see how it comes back to the home, how quickly and how centered aligned it is. So you can use these buttons to adjust the speed and the homing position. Again, you should not need to do that. This is mainly for our setup here, but that's what the buttons do. If you do happen to press them, then you're not going to ruin anything. It just adjusts the speed and the homing position. Otherwise, that's all the remote does. You shouldn't have to use it, like I said. Everything should come preset, but if you need to make changes there, they are.